Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I am over in Watcher of Realms right now, and going to try to get some of the dailies knocked out. I've already done a little bit of it. Hopefully the intro screen worked out there, and I've, as you may have already seen earlier, created an intro and an outro screen. I don't know if that'll help or not. Tell me what you prefer. Yes, no, maybe so. When you get a chance, let me know how you feel about it. Um, I'll have to try to remember to actually click the buttons and show those, but hopefully I can handle it. We'll see. Let's come over here to Hyperion and claim his daily stuff. We got 40 stamina from him, the gift that he brought us for the day. Let's come through here and do the auto fight on the basic trial real quick. And I'm just going to run that in the background. And then we'll come over to the arena and we can refresh. Yeah, looks like we probably ought to. We have 4 arena permits at the moment to use. Let's try. You know what? I should not attack any of them yet because that fight will be done in a minute, and then I can run some things in the background while that happens. Let's instead come over here to our hero's visitor, who is, I believe, Idril? It is Idril. So Idril says, "Greetings, Commander. As you can probably tell, I need your assistance. We're in dire need of warriors, be they elves or humans. Facing a forest crisis, I require your most trusted fighters to aid in defending our homeland." And so all she wants us to do is send 3 of our guys out to go fight for her, which is all fine and well because they will still be in our inventory. We can still use them while they're gone. I think it's just a time delay thing. You just send it out for 30 minutes, and then you get to get the reward for it. All right, so it seems that background fight is running for a whole minute there. Let's go over to the shop and claim the freebies for the day. So we got time limited offer here at the Daily Luck tab, and you can claim 1 legendary summoning crystal shard, 10 auto fight attempts, and 40,000 gold there. Hey OJ, how you doing today? Did you see the intro screen I did? Hopefully so, and you can give me a little feedback on it. We got the W Gold shop over here, upper right tab, and then we got the chest to click there for 15 diamonds. Then there's the regular bundle and the Spirit Invocation pack. We click this chest, and we get 30 stamina. So we've built up a little bit of stamina and diamonds with all that. We have this background fight done here, and we were able to claim some bits and bobs from that. I didn't read exactly what they were. It was like 156 XP, and then some of the shelter insignia things, but not enough to actually do anything with, I don't think. Now, are these the ones that we needed? Only 4 of? Let me check. No, 6. I need 6 of these. So let's see, maybe we can do that. Okay, so let's assemble 6 times, get those, and then we can upgrade here, and we got a little bit more of an HP bonus there. OJ says, I missed it. I'll check it out on YouTube. Awesome. Let me know what you think. All right, then we're going to go, let's go over to, apparently the Trial of the Esotericists is what's running today. Let's see what that looks like. Map info. Okay, it's this one. I'm very familiar with this one here. I don't recall why we need to put people on the little blue squares here, or in fact if we need to, or if I just had decided that it would be a good idea. But I suppose we can give it a go. I don't know, don't really remember the details of why it wasn't working out. It looks like I haven't really gotten anybody new in this faction that I've leveled up since the last time I tried it. In fact, who is this person here? I don't even recognize them. It's Vixera. Okay. Vague recollections forming in my brain about Vixera. I must have decided. I wonder if I have my list around here. Ah, yes, okay. Did I put her on one of my lists as either good or mediocre? If I didn't, then that means I wasn't impressed. Unfortunately, I don't see her name on here, so I'm afraid that probably means that I didn't, I didn't think she was going to be decent. That doesn't mean that she's not better than some of the people I currently have in the party. I I recall, what was it, two melee guys is all I have in this party right now. And that seems to remain. Oh no, wait, we have another one here now. Who's this? Ardeth. Okay, Ardeth. Let's see. Yeah, bad news about Ardeth. I don't see him on here either, but something is better than nothing. So there's a possibility that I could use him. But I think what we'll do instead is not worry about it, because again, he's level 1. So we do have a third melee guy, but I don't know that he would be worthwhile. We could throw some gear on these people and have some degree of chance, but I'm not super impressed with it, so I'm just going to auto-fight it on the level 7. It is already 11:32 after all, and beating my head against the wall wouldn't be necessary tonight. Hey, how you doing, Cody? Saw you trying out an intro-outro screen. Well, cool. I'm glad you liked it. I was unsure how it came across. I made those this morning, and thought, well, I'll go ahead and give them a shot and see how they turn out. Okay, now, I think next I'm going to check on our flying guinea pig over here. We have a few more things left to do, or a couple at least. Claim and give friendship points one time. Let's do that. Easy enough. And then claim the tied onslaught rewards. I think we can handle that as well. Cell challenge tips, that's okay. We'll not worry about that. And we can skip this claim loot window. And we get 38 legendary skill dust, 368 talent points, 44 epic skill dust, 12,500 gold, 75 stamina, 100 rare skill dust, and a bunch of demon silver shards. 1 skeleton guardian, 1 fallen reaper, 1 elite skeleton archer, 2 small arachnids, and 1 skeleton mage. Alright, got those. Let's see, weekly challenge. Okay, all looks pretty well here as far as that goes. Alright, get out of there. We can go claim some things here. We claimed the Tied Onslaught rewards of 1 time, and so we get 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample for that. Obtained a daily chest from Hyperion, which gives us 10,000 gold and 2 lucky knives. We gave out those friendship points, and so we get 2 lucky knives. We're out, or we've actually reached our maximum friendship points. So let's claim these real fast and get a little bit of stamina out of that deal. And then try that again. Claimed it harder. And we got 2 lucky knives and 10 friendship points there. We cleared a faction trial on any difficulty level 1 time, so we get 10,000 gold and 2 lucky knives there. Now, let us go ahead and perform a summon and see what we get. Cody is asking if we're pulling any tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so yes, the new things will be starting. And then there's going to be a new ancient one on Saturday. I think that's right. I have a few crystals I can pull with sometime this weekend, possibly tomorrow, possibly on one of the other days. But we'll see. And I'll definitely try to use whatever ancients I might have on Saturday or Sunday as well. For now, we're just going to throw 1 at the quest real quick, basically. Not in any real danger of getting anything too spectacular, I don't think. We got Azoth, the 4-star mage from the Infernal faction. The apple doesn't fall far. Zilitu's son is a master of critical damage with an affinity for fire magic. And we can share that and get 50 diamonds. We also completed that, so for performing 1 summon, we get 2 more lucky knives and 2 4-star psychic power shards. And we also have this box at the top here, which has in it 35 diamonds and 2 lucky knives. OJ says the new ancient guy looks friggin' sick. Now I think that's let's see, there was going to be the graybeard guy. That's not the ancient. That's the new legendary. The other one, it is, can't think of the name. I was just looking at him yesterday, but I can't recall his name. Cody says, I don't know what I'm going to do with my ancients. I don't have many after last banner, but yeah, he's pretty solid as well. Yeah. Yeah, they both actually look pretty cool as far as their skills and everything goes. Okay, so let's level up a hero 3 times real fast. Who are we going to level up? Okay, I need a few more levels on her. I don't know if I have enough XP to do it. Should be able to, yeah. So let's do 3 times here. And that was almost perfect. And for that, we've got 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. Now, obtain 1 piece of gear from Gear Raid. I think we can handle that. But first, let's claim this background fight, which has 16 of the Shelter Insignia 2s and 224 XP potions for that. Okay, we need some Gear Raids for the for one thing I was just looking at 2 seconds ago. Boy, my brain, it's like a steel sieve, you know? Everything just goes right on through. For the quests, that's the one. Found it. Obtain 1 piece of gear from Gear Raid. Man. So, I think I can actually use the gear dungeon number 1 to get that. I think I can just, I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong. Go here. I think we can auto fight and get that. Let's find out if it works or if it doesn't. Let's see then. We just need 1. So if it works, then it ought to satisfy the requirement there. Now, let's head back over to the arena where we can fight Romika from Romania, who has 276,694 BP. Okay, we're just gonna auto fight with what we've got here and see what happens. Now we have a huge advantage here. We have almost 100,000 more BP than our opponent does. So that's not to say that they can't win, but they're much less likely to. So they threw out Valara right off the bat. She is the one, I think she's a tactician. It says she has Wings of Pegasus. Moves to a selected deployable tile within 4 tiles, ending her invisibility. Gains bonus attack range, and each attack deals 260% AoE damage to 10 enemy targets. Additionally, her talent inflicts a stronger slow. And then he put out Maul. Maul has Abyssal Surge, deals 900% AoE damage to up to 10 enemies, and knocks back the ground enemies with 2 times strength. Cody says, by the way, I was watching last night's stream, and thankfully OJ said something about Rosalia not doing damage to the boss. Yes, it was good because I did not know that. I assumed that the damage was coming from her, and I was like, man, how am I going to keep her here and still be able to survive this? But yeah, no, OJ came to the rescue for sure. Hey, Rubian, how you doing? He says, I saw the same, Cody. Good job, OJ. Yeah, good times. All right, so now we have Valise on the board. She has Veil of Deceit. Summons 3 Serpentine Spirits in attack range. Defeated by Romika from Romania with 276,964 BP, 276,000 it is. So top damage on the board was, I believe her name was Valara, with 10,214,700 damage. followed by Idrin at 6,287,500 damage, and then Arrogance at 5,914,770, and then that girl there who might be like Valise or something like that definitely started with a V. Could have been Valise. She's the redheaded chick with the Viking helmet. 3,329,600 damage with that one. Let's see. That's so funny. So OJ says, I think you can beat that stage. I might could. I didn't do it last night. It came fairly close. Possibly if I had worked on it a little harder, we could have gotten there. OJ says might need to tweak here, but you've got a good lineup for that fight. Yeah, I think it was pretty close at the end there. With a little more, a little bit more beating of my head against the wall, I think I could have gotten there. Just kind of didn't have the time for it. Cody says, yeah, she's getting to the point gear and gear sets are coming into play. Right. Yeah. It is getting close to time to go through and actually pay attention to that stuff a little bit better. I'm sorry to say, because that's one of my least favorite things to do, going through gear and trying to compare it and min-maxing everything is just not my cup of tea, but can do it. I don't want to do it. All right, so we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Yeah, it is. It is my least favorite part. Absolutely, Urban. All right. Back out of here, I think. No, let's refresh. Hey, why not? Let's do that. Okay. Man. I'm gonna have to actually go up against somebody who can put up a fight here. We got Bonkier 02 from the Ukraine. 340,913 BP on that one. And probably gonna slaughter me because I'm seeing people who are probably going to just wipe the board with me. But let's do it. Why not? Their monster BP is 340,913. My BP is 373,875. But I think they're going to slaughter me here. We'll see. Cody says, have you leveled Valise yet? Still haven't seen you play with her, I feel like. Is she the redhead? No brown sugar coffee tonight. I've got tea. Believe it or not, sweet tea. I also have some coffee, and it is brown sugar coffee, but it's off to the side. It's the redheaded stepchild of the moment. It's sitting over there, sad, lonely, wishing that it had a little company. Here we have Malvira with Call of the Reaper. Pulls up to 6 furthest enemy targets in range toward the hero, then consumes all the hero's stacks of resentment to deal 520% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets in range. You know what? I wish I had a Malvira sometimes around the shop. You know, if we could just pull some folks together and consume all of the stacks of resentment that they're carrying around with them, I think that the world would be a better and brighter place, you know? It would be a good deal. Take that resentment and just eat it, you know? For each stack of resentment consumed, increases final damage by an extra 10%. After casting the skill, increases the hero's block by 3 for 10 seconds. That would be amazing. I did try to pull from Akira when she was on banner, just couldn't get her. They also have Blood Dracula and the Kildus, I'm sure, here. I think he's a tactician too, isn't he? I don't know, I've never seen him. Let's see. Arabian says sweetened is the only way. So I'm actually pretty equal opportunity as long as it's real sugar. I don't like any sugar substitutes. But if it's a choice between like sugar substitutes or no sugar, then I'm going to go with no sugar. In this case, I've got pure cane sugar in this bad boy, so you know I'm good with it. Cody says, yeah, she's really good, probably in reference to Malvira. Stats show that topping the damage on the board was Arrogance with 5,967,790, followed by Idrin, but not by too much. Idrin did 4,568,460, and then Malvira was not too far behind. I do wish I had her. She does 4,000,000 205,120. And then this girl up at the top, whose name I should know and don't, did 4,001,460. Is it no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is. OJ says I do just half and money. As in you like half and half cream? Is that what you're talking about? Arabian says not sure Kip's leveled her up yet, but I get it. She's got many to look at. As far as Belize goes, yeah, I haven't leveled Belize up. If she's the redhead with the let's see, redhead with the Viking helmet, that girl? If so, then I have not leveled her up yet. Cody says I've been wanting to A3 my Ezrith, but not having Ingrid is holding me back. Ezrith, is he the spider guy? Like he looks like a spider face in the icon. Whenever it's like a thumbnail on the arena fight and you're about to attack him. OJ says, yeah, in my coffee. Okay, I was thinking you were talking about it in your tea there for a minute. I'm like, I don't go with half and half in my tea. Some people do put milk and honey in their tea, but I'm not one of those people. I gotta try it sometime though. I've always said someday I'm gonna like make some actual like British style scones where they're like hard as a rock, and you have to dip them in the tea in order to eat them. And then I gotta do like some Earl Grey tea. And so I'm thinking we make Earl Grey tea and we put some milk and honey in it. And then we make some of those very extremely hard, dry British scones and do the whole thing and dip the scone into the tea and see if that actually works out decently or not. Because I've had scones from, like scones in America and scones in Britain are like, they're not the same thing. And so the British scones it's like, don't know if you're going to bite into it or break your tooth. But I think that's why they have the tea along with it, right? So I don't know. If any Brits, go ahead and weigh in on this, but I think that's right. All right, now, let's see here. In this fight, Arrogance had 5,967,790, followed by each one 4,568,460. And then it goes to Movira. Yeah, all right. Very cool. Who's the girl at the top right over here? The one that I couldn't remember a second ago. Do we know? Anyone? She's like, I don't know if she's she's very familiar looking. Anora, okay. So it's just a different skin on Anora? Okay, cool. Alright. We got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Yeah, I know I've seen her in arena looking like that. I just didn't realize who it was. Okay, out of there. And okay, so quests. Obtain 1 piece of gear from Gear Raid, and that gives us 5 quick clear tickets and 2 lucky knives. And then we got a background fight done. 8,400 coins, 70 XP potions, a couple pieces of gear, and 10 dungeon crystals for that. Let's check over in the events and see what's going on here. We got the Duel of Champions that started today. That's for arena battles. And then we have the Treasure Hunt collection. That's the one with the lucky knives. So, let's click on the Egg Hunt screen and see why it had a red dot. It's the Treasure Hunt celebration. That's why. So that's going to be the thing with the, here we go, right here. All right. We have 26 lucky knives at the moment. Peruvian says, now I'm wanting a snack, like Sour Patch Kids. How do you like the gummy things, huh? Here's 2,000 gold, 10 stamina, 10 more stamina, 5 epic skill dust, 100 diamonds, and we got the grand prize of this floor, so let's move on to the next floor. Okay. We got 2,000 gold, 10 stamina, 2,000 more gold, 2,000 more gold. 2,000 more gold. Ah, there we go. 100,000 gold. Grand prize. Next floor. Same more stamina. 2,000 gold. 2,000 gold. 5 epic skill dust. 10 stamina. 2,000 gold. 5 epic skill dust. 2,000 gold. Getting the gold racked up. 5 rare skill dust. 1 4-star psychic power. I'll head to next. Got 5 left here. So there's 2,000 gold. 2,000 more gold. 5 rare skill dust. 5 epic skill dust. And 5 epic skill dust. Okay, Brave Conquest is going to start tomorrow. That's for getting gear pieces and artifacts from gear raids and artifact material raids. Tales of the Smith is also going to start tomorrow. That's for enhancing gear pieces. Oh, Cody says, I've got a bunch of candy right now. Mom still gets me an Easter basket at the big age of 25. Well, that's nice of your mom. But who can say no to free candy? Arabian says, I sure can. And OJ says, W mom, LOL. Ruby, you'd like to know if she's adopting. Here's Spiritual Altar starting tomorrow for summoning heroes. Okay, cool. We've got a couple more things. Omen Color and Immortal Codex still running. Let's see. Did I miss anything out here before we go in there? I did do the guild things today. Wow, everything looks on the up and up out here. Let's see how long we have. We got 5 minutes on the arena. So let's start running some of these Mystery of Artifacts in the background. We'll just do auto fight up to however many, it looks like 15 times. Then, actually, as far as candy goes, there's an incredible amount of candy here right now because I've mentioned a number of times that that my son owns a comics and card shop where I spend a lot of my time, and so we did an Easter theme, big Easter hunt thing. There's not that many children. Interestingly, there were 4 kids, and a friend of mine ended up buying just an absolute, I don't even know how many pounds of candy. Ridiculous, like half of a grocery cart, just completely full of candy. And so that's kind of cool. Each time an ultimate is cast, grants one of the following: 200 XP, 1 skill pick, 30 attack, or 100 gold. I mean, yeah, let's do that. I'm cool for it. But yeah, so he bought those, and then and I know he bought the store we were in out of the plastic eggs. He just got all of them. We filled all of the eggs, and we still had a pile of candy afterwards. So we just kind of kept the candy that was excess, and then we hid the eggs, and of course the kids got all that. And insane amount of eggs, and insane amount of candy. And we were just stuffing those eggs as full as you could possibly get. It was crazy, but it was fun. Irvian says, freeze try, just clear out a section of Little Debbie snacks. Man, crazy. Little Debbie snacks. Then I call my dentist. OJ says, I'm feeding my dog's pizza right now. Yeah, there you go. It's funny. All right, let's turn on the ultimates over here because I failed to do that a moment ago. Let's go ahead and get this celerity one on the Spring of Sticks there. And then expansion 3 over here. I also haven't been paying enough attention to what I've been selecting, so who knows what we've got going on over here. Looks like we've got the Blazing Plume, Ice Bolt, is that what this is? Cross Bolt, and String of Sticks at the moment. We've got a few refreshes left. Haven't used any of those yet. And we have a chance of getting a bunch of different benefits from the ultimates going off. I wonder if that's, yeah, okay. Each time an ultimate is cast, master to fall in 200 XP, 1 skill pick, 30 attack, or 100 gold. That'll refresh my brain on that because I'd already forgotten. Cody says, have you got any new clan members lately? We did, yeah. Just got one yesterday, I believe, of ultimate. Cody says, not ancients, haven't really decided what I'm going to do on that banner. Talking about pulling for the new guy. Okay, I'll go with AoE damage plus 30% on this. But yeah, let's see. I know that we got that one person yesterday, but before that, it's been a little while since we got a new one. Okay, we got Overdrive 2 here. I think that's what I'm going to go for. This is looking terribly. My choices have been abysmal, clearly. This is not good when you're getting your gate overwhelmed at wave 7. Okay, what do we got here? Nothing phenomenal, really, but that's okay because we have quite a bit of points here. So let's get the dark damage plus 30, and then we'll get the refresh and we'll use it and see what we have to look at. Fire Mastery increasing ice damage increasing Fire Mastery. That seems good. Could I do it? Could do. Yeah, sure. Let's do it all. Oh, not. Well, the refreshes and the crit damage, that is. Not all, but not that much. And then we'll skip. Then let's do Ice Bomb quantity plus 1. Then Nether Calamity 3. Not really loving any of that. Let's refresh. Let's do Nether Calamity 2. Hope we can actually hurt something. Who knows? Let's see. What's our crit rate sitting at? 5%. Fancy. Let's put damage. 180. Okay, let's do overdrive for this then. Blazing Plume's doing the majority of the infinitesimally small amount of damage being done. Let's get overdrive on this one too. Oh, I see. Erubian says, curious, what's this pink diamond next to our names being? Right. So, the 3 of you, I actually made VIPs for the channel earlier today. You should have some benefits from that. So, Cody says, yeah, a lot of people at your level will usually just join a clan of higher level so that they can clear CB and GVG. I'm not too worried about it. Let's get Nether Calamity 1 out of these here. Cody says, oh, snap, we VIPs. Yeah, absolutely. You guys have been consistently showing up for these, so there it is. Alrighty, what have we here? Let's do a refresh. These are none of them phenomenal. And then quantity 3 looks good. Just it's a bad deal here. Wave 8. They're beating on my gates. It's rough. Gotta get that damage up. See, I don't want to just increase the String of Sticks damage plus 80. That's not I mean, just talking, dang, dang, I want to do better than that. I guess I'll take it. Arrogance, so we get first class tickets from now on. All right, let's see here. Not loving that either, honestly. I'm gonna refresh it. Have an opportunity to get Meyer 3, so I guess I'll take it. Cody says the best I've done on here is 64K. That's not bad. Was that on this version of Omen Queller, or was that on the first version of Omen Queller? Out of curiosity. I think I'm going to go ahead and get Reaper 2. It may not be the best time to do it, but I feel like it's early enough in the game that if I actually survive for a minute, it'll max out. So Bergen says, think my highest is about 45K. Yeah, cool. Good job, guys. All right, we've got 1,080 coins here. Let's see, what shall I do? We could get some burning going on. I think that's not the worst idea. We'll do a little bit of burning and we'll get some couple of refreshes and the dark damage. And then go on. Alright. I already have my 3. I'm not excited about these other things. I'm gonna refresh. Let's get Overdrive 2. I guess I can do Overdrive 1 here, maybe. It's kind of rough. I guess. It should stack. So. Alright, we've got Heirloom or Common Pairs. Heirloom says obtain Relics, Ancient Coin, and Merchant Mask. Now that is something that was available as a tool in the zombie invasion. I remember Merchant Mask, I'm pretty sure. Now, Ancient Coin, I haven't a clue what it is. So this is non-descriptive, in my opinion. I don't know what Merchant Mask did. I just remember it being like a little costume party mask. It appeared. Come in Paris says, Awaken Resonance skill effects trigger 1 extra time. Well, that sounds very good, too. Awaken Resonance skill effects trigger 1 extra time. Or some tools that I don't know what are. I suppose that I will go with... I don't currently have any Awaken... Well, okay. I mean... Yeah, I don't know. What's the right option here? I think I'll go with... I kind of want to know what the heirloom is, and I wonder if it'll show me. It probably won't show me even if I select it, really. Okay, let's get Come in Pairs. Cody says, what you guys looking like on the Odyssey quests? The Odyssey quests. Which ones are those? Alright. Let's see here. I don't love these. Let's refresh. It's rough stuff. Not really going in the direction I would like. We're gonna refresh again. And then we're gonna go with expansion 2 here. Ah, I see. OJ says Odyssey is after storyline. Man, I gotta do that sometime, huh? Okay, let's go with Curse. Domain of Sticks says deals 150% dark AoE damage to all enemies, knocks back all enemies, and inflicts slow on them. Move down 20 seconds. Confirm that. That was helpful because I really got to knock these guys back a bit. Let's go with Overdrive 2. What do we have going over here at the moment? A lot of Overdrive and not much else. Let's do, mayhap we go with damage dealt to elite bosses or bosses. No, monsters or bosses plus 30%, but I'm already second guessing that. I'm going to go with Infinite instead. Things are looking a little bit better. Vince doesn't actually seem to have taken any damage yet, surprisingly. Let's get Celerity 2 here. So we're doing okay. Which one do we get? Okay, we're early enough on that I think we can go ahead and get Reaper 3 and be able to max that out if I don't have that one. I don't think that I do. I have Reaper 2. You know what? Reaper 3 is no better than Reaper 2. So let's not get that. Let's just get Chainblade 3 instead. All right. We do have the Spring of Sticks potion, but I'm not all about it. We have 2,090 coins at the moment. I don't think that we have the Freeze potion yet. Not sure that I want it right now because that's a medium. I feel like we could hold out and get a large of that if that comes across. So do I care about the luck? Luck could be helpful because we're definitely not doing great. Let's get that and the refresh is +3. And then let's refresh this board. All right, we've got some options here. Again, we have a lot of coins, so why don't we just get everything across this board? Ha! Unfortunately, nothing on this side costs only 200. So let's skip and get Overdrive 2 here. Okay, I think I would rather have sharpness. So let's get that. Okay, we've got Celerity 2 over here. Spring of Sticks cooldown must be getting decently short. Let's see what it looks like. Down to, looks like that started at 6 seconds instead of the initial, which I think is 10, right? Spring of Sticks is doing most of the damage at this point, and run wave 16. So I guess I'll lay into that with damage increase too. All right, move up some guys there. Let's get expansion 3 here. And let's see. Let's see. I spawned crit here too. Let's see. Our chance of crit is 5%. So I think I'm good with not doing that right now. How about we double the number of ice bomb targets? Let's do that. Frozen Judgment deals 150% ice damage to enemies across the battlefield and inflicts freeze for 1 second. Down to 20 seconds. All right, we have 1930 gold here. We can get we can get all of these, actually. That would be fine. Let's do that. Any of the above. Now, with what we have left, we can only choose one of these. And I think I'm going with dark damage plus 20%. Of course. I see a Rubian saying, okay, OJ, Cody, we need to gang up on Kip to continue her storyline. Yeah, I do need to do that at some point. It's just, yeah, oh, it's so boring. I should do it though. Okay, let's see here. We've got some options. I think I'm gonna go with the tornado just because it's dark damage and I've already got some dark stuff going on. So let's do that. Let's go that direction. Yeah. Yeah, I love it indeed. Cody says boring but bunch of goodies. Push that story. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep your kind advice in mind. Here we have Fireball. Let's grab that. It's another fire. We need more fire. We already have Mar 3, don't need Mar 2. Um, and although I don't really like these things very well, I'm gonna get Charge 1. OJ says you're probably actually already done with everything except for the campaign stages. I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't messed with it very much in a little while. Let's do, yeah, let's do a Patrol 2 there. And then Sharpness 3. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Sharpness 3 it is. Charge 3 looks good. Ruben says, yeah, and when she was pushing, she was way overpowered from it. Yeah, that's the problem. You know, it's like I said, it's a little bit, I don't know, it's makes you feel like a bully, you know? You're like, I don't know. It's like, you go and beating up on little kids, it's what it feels like in was because I'm just way too overpowered for them. So it just kind of makes me feel bad to do them. Um, all right, let's see. Let's do some self-destruction on this. We got Reaper 3, dark damage plus 20. We're still at it'd be okay probably to do that at this point. I think maybe I don't know if we already have Reaper 3 for String of Sticks or not. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let's see. Cody says I did like seeing AMR gameplay last night, or even system here. It was highly entertaining. OJ says you'll easily smash through all 3 campaigns up to 9. I imagine that's probably true. It's just a matter of doing it. Oregon says not sure why Gluttony was in there. Oh well, you see, Gluttony is he's a nightmare guy. He increases your against his damage. So his attack speed goes up. And so I do like to have the nightmare guys when I can. Just basically to increase arrogance's damage and of course other nightmare faction people as well, but pretty much one. Let's see here. We could increase tornado effect duration. I don't know that I necessarily want to. Could do overdrive 1. Any of these are okay. None of them are phenomenal. Let's do overdrive blowout 1 here. Cody says Lubu needs to go in her AMR team. Yeah, I looked at Lubu, but I don't know. I haven't used him enough to really get familiar with him. I think he I don't know. I don't know. When I have used him, I haven't been all that impressed with him yet. So we've got hidden favored one. Refreshes +6, luck +66, crit rate +6%, crit damage +66%, and attack +66. Sure, there we go. And then Ruben says, "Yep, was happy when she put in hollow." Yeah, yeah. Okay, we've got a burning potion and a dark burning potion. I need to make a note because I have a tendency to not remember which things I've gotten and which things I haven't gotten as far as that kind of thing goes. So I do want to get the burning potion. I don't think that I've gotten that yet. Maybe I have. But I don't think that I have. So I'm going to get it. And I'm going to write it down. Burn. There we go. And then I'm going to grab the refreshes and the XP. And I really kind of don't want to get the dark burn potion right now. I'm just going to refresh. And then let's see, do I want either of these things? With ice damage +20%, which could be very helpful, even though Stream of Sticks is doing most of it. Crossbolt isn't really all that far behind. Or we could restore 10 rage per second. Which one do we want to do? If either. Maybe we have a lot of things going on. Let's restore 10 rage per second. Give that a shot. OJ says, whatever algorithm decides, the ads really want me to eat a red lobster. Oh no. Let's do expansion 2 here. Cody says not only for the heals for the rage regen. Yeah, I agree about the rage regen with Holland. Peruvian says, or get a new loan, OJ. Oh, man, people who watch my channel need loans and red lobster. I don't know what to say, because I got to tell you, I think I've mentioned multiple times, I just don't even like seafood. It's no bueno. You know what? Let's do last stand. It's going to reduce the fence's HP by 50%, but if our fence is getting beaten on anyway, we're not in a good place. So we're going to go ahead and sacrifice 50% of the fence's HP in order to get crit damage up by 300. And then we're going to hope that we actually get some crit rate potions somewhere, because 11% ain't doing it. OJ says, I don't even think there's red lobster in 100 miles. Oh no. You know what? The closest red lobster to me right now is, I want to say about 60 miles, maybe. Yeah, I think almost exactly 60 miles from here, which is good enough for me. All right. Let's see then. Let's do Burning Dark 2. Peruvian says more Cheddar Bay biscuits for me. So I've heard about these Red Lobster biscuits, and I don't think that I've ever had one. I've only been to Red Lobster very few times in my life. It's certainly not something that I intentionally go to. But when I did go, I don't recall biscuits. And I don't know, is this something that they added later on? Because whenever I last went, it was probably it was in the 90s, I'm sure. So I don't know if that's something that they didn't have at that time, or if I didn't get it, wasn't aware of it. Not sure. I think we get, greatly increases ice damage. Sounds good. I don't know what greatly increases translates to in the real world. It makes me sad when it says things like greatly increases or greatly decreases something, because their idea of greatly and mine may not necessarily be the same thing. So I'm going to get it anyway, just in the, I don't know, the faint hope that it'll matter. So we're going to grab that and the XP plus 3,000 and the refreshes, and then we're going to refresh. Arubian says more cheddar. Okay, I read that one. Cody says they're solid. Arubian says you can buy them at grocery stores now. Right. Yes, I'm aware of that. I actually can't eat gluten right now, so I wouldn't be able to eat them anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot about them. Maybe they're delicious. I don't know. Let's see. We have 1,540 left here. What do I want to do with that? Do I want to do anything with that? Yeah, let's get the dark damage plus 10, XP plus 3,000, and refresh is plus 1. I think I'll skip the AoE damage plus 10 and refresh this. Okay, now we can. Do I want. I'll definitely get the refreshes plus 2. Do I want the attack speed plus 20 is the question. Um, I think not. I think we'll refresh this. And it may have been an idea to keep it, but that's okay. Let's grab the XP plus 6,000, get another level out of this, and skip. OJ says last time I was at Red Lobster, I did eat a whole Admiral's Feast. I don't know what an Admiral's Feast is, but it certainly sounds large. Cody's having chili tomorrow. OJ says fried and garlic butter shrimp. Is that what the Admiral's Feast is? Let's get Razor Edge 3. I don't think I have any Razor Edges yet, so far as I can recall. One thing I don't like is when these things fuse, you can't see what you have in them anymore. Or at least if you can, I don't know how. Let's get expansion 2 over here. OJ says, damn, the ads are working. That's a problem. Gotta ask yourself some questions in that case. Don't let them get to you then. Well, let's do Infinite here. And then we got Fallen Phoenix Ridge. Summons one Fallen Phoenix for 15 seconds. Cooldown is 30 seconds. Now the Fallen Phoenix throws out tornadoes like nobody's business. Cody says, I sadly don't like seafood, and I'm in pain. Love's just kind of a thing. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Don't know about all this. I guess I could increase ice bomb damage by 80%. Sure. We currently have 12 refreshes to use as well. So I played some more Magic the Gathering tonight. I did another draft Thursday. You know, normal thing, and got a really incredible deck for limited. And I know you guys, some of you know about Magic and some of you don't, but let's just suffice it to say that I got an infinite combo. I was able to draft an infinite combo. I couldn't believe it. It wasn't even a pack that I opened. It was over a couple of packs. They were actually passed to me. People passed me an infinite combo. It's incredible. Um, but it was pretty great. Okay, Tornado has a chance to split when it ends. That seems good. Let's grab that. Critical damage plus 20%. That'd be great if I had some crit rate, which I don't. Let's grab the XP plus 3,000 there and refresh. See what we can get. All right, let's get the dark damage plus 30 and XP plus 3,000. And then refresh. And probably, yeah, let's get the 15 rage per second. That seems good. Yeah, could do both the XP plus 3,000 and the ice damage plus 20, and then skip. Cody says, do you guys rip packs of cards at this card shop? Not a whole lot. Every once in a while, my son will open one. He opened one today, actually. I can't remember. Can't even recall which pack he opened. He has all of the standard sets, and then he also has quite a few of the older things. Going back a good ways, he has some, let's see. I think he sold his Kaladesh box recently, but he definitely has boxes that go back, and sometimes we'll do like a crazy draft. We've done Modern Masters drafts. We'll do like Ravnica Remastered occasionally. Normally, we'll do either like a Chaos draft, which means that you can choose whatever you want. And when he does that, it'll be like there'll be a set entry fee. But then if you get a pack that's more than $4.99, then you'll just pay the difference. So the guys that come on Thursdays, we have a very curated group that comes, and it's people who it's people who like to have fun, right? So we'll sometimes, somebody will be like, okay, I'm going to use 9.99 packs or something like that. Or each of us might get one 9.99 pack, and then the rest are 4.99 packs. Today we did foundations, two times foundations, and 1 pound dragons, Tarkir Dragonstorm, and it was very fun, very good. We all did it the same, and then we all opened the Dragonstorm pack first, and then the foundations packs next. So we that way, if anybody got a big dragon bomb in the first pack, then we would know what we needed to build around in the next two, so that we could make cohesive decks. And we did a pick two, so every time we passed, we picked 2 cards from the packs. So it was good times. All right, let's see here. Let's get Ice Bomb, crit rate plus 20 and damage plus 40. Let's grab that. Cody says, I love ripping packs, doesn't matter what it is. Hey, you'd have fun with the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Like almost everything in those suckers is worth like 2 cents. And then you'll hit one that's like, oh, $500 or whatever. Crazy stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, let's get Scattershot. I want a little more Fireball in my life. Okay, how much burning damage did I end up with? I want not as much as I want. Let's get infinite instead. Double the fireball targets. Fireball is my lowest damage dealer, but I've laid into it. It's gonna be amazing now. Okay, so Spring of Sticks followed by Frostbolt, then Blazing Plume, then Tornado, then Fireball's what we're looking at. Cody says, get anything good from me. You mean as far as monetary value? I really don't pay a lot of attention when I'm drafting to what the cards are worth. It's not what I'm playing for. And then whatever my winnings are from a tournament, I don't open those packs at all. So I actually just keep them and keep them sealed. And I've got just tons of sealed product from years of playing in tournaments. But yeah, as far as what we did, I think somebody commented on my Bloodless Commander that I had. I think that was what his name was, being I think a $41 card right now. And that was one of them that I drafted today. He was part of the Infinite Combo. All right, let's get dark damage plus 20%. Let's just go with the attack plus 40, refresh plus 2, and then refresh. Cody says not really worth. Oh, not really worth wise, more usable wise. Oh yeah, I got first place. I had a good deck. It was basically I went black and red, and I had some destruction, and I had some recursion, and I had a very nice dragon along with the land that searches for dragons. And then I had when you deal damage, you gain life. When you gain life, you deal damage. That was the infinite combo. I had multiple ways to make that work. It was very good. Let's take Ice Mastery, and then we're on wave 30, so let's go ahead and get the attack plus 20 as well, and then skip. Yeah, I know it was a good deck. And it also had, I ended up being able to draft quite a few cards, quite a few creatures that were able to come out on turn one. So I had a good curve, and yeah, it was good times. It's pretty rough on my opponents, I gotta say. But we all had fun. I had a card, I can't think of the name of it, but it was pretty cool. It was an enchantment, and so it stayed on the board. And every time that you had attacked that turn, at the end step, you would get a food. And then foods can be sacrificed to gain life, right? So you play some, tap some mana into sacrifice it, and you gain 3 life. And so this said that you could sacrifice this enchantment at the end of the turn, or it didn't matter when. You could sacrifice it and deal damage to the opponent based on the amount of life you had gained that turn. Actually, I think it was you dealt the damage to the opponent lost life based on the amount of damage that you had or life you had gained that turn. So pretty neat with everything else. So we ended up getting 1 large bag, 4 medium bags, and 7 small bags, and they're only 3,989 points, which is pretty sad. But considering how poorly it was going at the beginning of that battle, I feel like that's not terrible. The Chinese reindeer, absolutely. Cody says, I think I'm going to hit the hay, guys. It's 1:32 right now for me, but if you guys pull tomorrow, good luck. Good luck to you too, man. Have a good night, Cody. Let's see what we ended up with here. We got Spring of Sticks dominating the damage at 61%. Crossbolt got 28% of it, and the rest were pretty negligible. But Blazing Plume did 5%, Tornado at 4%, and Fireball at 0%. In spite of everything I threw into Fireball, it just couldn't pull out any real damage there. It's too bad. Too bad for Fireball. All right, let's complete that. And looks like we got quest completion here. Challenge 1-time daily during the events to get 5 quick clear tickets and eliminate 50 waves of monsters during the event and get 1 rare summoning quest. Very nice. I'll take it. It is, in fact, 12:30 here in Texas. Let's go to Bull Root and do the smart purchase, and we get this lovely rare summoning crystal for only 70 diamonds. Excellent. Let's do a free refresh and see if we can repeat that ad. I do like this smart purchase button. It's so cool. Refresh number 2, and then refresh number 3. No such luck. Too bad. Too bad. Okay, let's check over here at the harbor where Maureen has returned with 30 flame broiled beef and 30 blazing chilies. Nothing else for her to go find, but we do have each with a check-in with. And dispatch completed. We got 5 arena permits and 200 stamina for that. She says, despite the treaty between elves and humans, we require adventure medals to traverse human territories. Alright, well, complete any stage of Gear Raid 1 to have a chance of obtaining quest items. We'll definitely do Gear Raid 1 in a moment, but first we'll come and claim these background things. We got 69,300 coins, 11,250 XP potions, 130 flawless meteorites, 212 mithril, and 780 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 15 golden eggs. So then, Gear Raid 1 is what I need to do for that, so let's go do that real quick and get a couple of pieces of the adventurers amulets of some kind. And so, let us do auto fight twice. Come back out here and see what's going on at the Oracle's trial. We have made it high enough on the progress meter to get 1 mythic extract. Let's let's see here. OJ says that smart purchase button is so nice. Absolutely is. Ruben says, now the Edge want me to watch some new HBO show, Euphoria. You into any shows lately? You know what? I just don't really watch TV. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's just the fact. It's not my thing. The last show that I can recall watching, like TV show that I can recall watching, was Stranger Things season 3, I believe, which was it's been a few years, probably I don't know how many years, some number of years. Ruben says, I did watch It, Welcome to Derry. That was good. I haven't even heard of that one. I read it when I think I was in first grade. And then they came out with this movie of it, or it was a mini series. It was in the 90s, and it was absolute garbage. Like, it's like, did they even read the book? I don't know. I think they just had some vague idea. And I haven't watched any version of it since then. It was pretty disappointing, I'll tell you that right now. Alright, so we eliminated 2,000 monsters, and so we get these 3 stamina potion samples. Then we spent 500 stamina, so we get 3 more stamina potion samples. Arabian says, not even Game of Thrones. I saw, I think, 1 episode of Game of Thrones, wasn't impressed. Breaking Bad, didn't watch it all. Walking Dead, I saw like the first season, wasn't impressed. Sopranos, never watched it. Alright. So I'm not like I don't like movies or books, well, or anything really that like we're supposed to be cheering on the bad guy or we're supposed to be identifying with the bad guy. Because to me, like if I'm watching something, then I want to have some kind of interest in what happens to the people. And if I'm watching some horrible person go through their life with other horrible people, I have no interest in their welfare. I have no interest in how things turn out for them, or anything like that. I mean, that's just not what I want to spend my time doing, you know. And I know that that's kind of what Breaking Bad is all about. You know, it's some guy. I know the vague idea of what it's about, and I have had enough experience with drug users and enough history in that area that I have no interest in watching that on TV. So, yeah, no interest in that one. All right, let's see here. How about the arena? We can refresh our opponents once more. Let's do it. And nobody on there I want to play with, so we've got 9,870 gold here, 1,500 XP potions, 3 smoldering scales, a couple of pieces of gear, and 1 of those coveted adventure medals. Also, 2 golden eggs. Let's go there, and then yeah, we've got to do at least 1 more of those gear raids to be able to have an attempt at getting another adventurer's medal. Let's just do it. You know what? Let's do quick gear, and let's do it 1 at a time until we get it. Oh, that was fast. We got 4,935 coins, 756 XP potions, 1 piece of gear, 1 adventurer's medal, and 1 golden egg for that. OJ says, I watched the old Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze on YouTube the other day. I don't know that one, I don't think. Roadhouse. I do know Patrick Swayze. He was big in the 80s. I think was he, and I know he was in Dirty Dancing. I'm trying to think of, he was in Ghost. I can't really remember anything else that he was in. Kind of drawing a blank on that, actually. Point Break. I didn't watch Point Break. OJ says it takes place in a world where bouncers are famous for some reason. Well, there you go. I don't know of any famous bouncers personally. Okay, let's submit these. And we got 3 5-star psychic power shards for that. Idril says, your courage and altruistic aid reaffirm my belief that bravery and justice always prevail over darkness. Thank you, Commander. Let's march onward together and protect these lush forests. All right, very cool. Let's see that. What have we over here? I have not yet done the third Immortal Codex thing. Not doing swimmingly at these, I'll tell you that right now. But let's go for it. Challenge, and this is the one where we have the fish. Flying fish go around in a circle. And there are all these tridents, right? Is that this one? Or, you know, it occurs to me now, this might be the one with the platforms where the flying fish go straight past you toward a portal over there, and if they get in, I don't know. Let's see. No, it's the other one. It's the circular fish. Yeah, alright. So, let's challenge this guy. Irivian says, did you know Patrick Swayze is the actual singer of the song? She's like the weird dancing when I was a child. And I haven't seen it since then, so I was pretty young when I last saw that. Can't really remember the song specifically. Yeah, I don't know. If I think about it, maybe it'll come to me. Alright, what have we here and what do we need to have? My, looks like my Twitch is on the fritz. I'll make a note here. Let's see. Maybe if I refresh it, it will come back to me. Oh, yeah, there it is. Alright, cool. In that case, let's check this stuff out. Now, we can only use platform heroes on this. And, let's see what we have. I don't know who would be best here. Let's go back and look real fast at what kind of critters we've got going on here. Ah, good. Irvian says it's back now. Excellent. Alright, so this guy is, his health is not relevant and his stats aren't really in that regard. We've got the violet octopoids. They have light armor. They're ranged. Alright. And these are the ones that restore rage when they're killed. The Merkling Menaces also have light armor and ranged. Let's see. Nothing special too much. The Burden Octopoids are the ones that heal when they're killed. And they also have light armor, as does the Deformed Dweller. And then the Bone River. So everything here is light armor. It's, these guys heal. These guys restore rage. Alright. With that in mind, let's go check this set of stuff out again. So we really want to look primarily at the crossbowmen here. And we've got sets of 3, as I recall. The platforms are in sets of 3. Okay. So, Idril is probably unnecessary, I think. But maybe it would be good to have. I haven't tried out this dude here. Sargak. I haven't tried out Sargak yet. I feel like he seems good. And maybe now's the moment for him to shine. Let's see. Let's take out Laurel. She was only in there because I desperately needed something to help out. I feel like maybe we try out Sargak. I think, Cetrum is very good. OJ says I bet Akira is really good for the stage. Akira might be. Akira seems like a possibility. Maybe I give her a go. I don't know who would be better here to any degree. We can try trading her. Okay, you know what? Let's just try trading her for Idril. I do think Idril would probably be good here, but let's give it a go. Like that. It's questionable at best. But let's see. They recommend having 243,000. We have 434,813. So, okay. I think I want Dao Chen to be beside Cetrum. We could do Cetrum and Sultans, I suppose. What if instead? I don't know. It's a tough one. Peruvian says with Rosalia's ground effects count as strikes on the shield. Can't imagine that it would, because it doesn't do the doesn't do air features for effects. So OJ says this is my least favorite codex. I haven't loved it the times that I've done it, but let's see what happens here. Yeah, Peruvian says only one way to find out. Yeah, true. Okay, let's try putting Cetrum down here with Solkadins and Dao Chan. Putting her in DPS mode. And then we'll do these guys over here. Sargak, looks like Talon and Akira. I do wish there was the overall stats thing that is in like the guild grade and stuff like that you can see how things are going as they go. But that's okay. I don't know. We'll see on Sargak how that turns out. All right, the Phantom Girl. You dead. Get that one out for sure. All right, let's see. Peruvian says, took me Eovar to finally SSS this fight, and OJ says, I like the shield one. think the thing with this one is it just is a little bit slow. When we finish this fight, I'll try to remember to check the statistics and write down how the damage deal. You know, of course, you do have to keep in mind who's next to Dao Chen getting that boost as well. OJ says the healer one's pretty cool too. Yeah, the healer one is neat. Sargak sitting over there at the verge of death over and over again. Also, keep not noticing when the little phantom grows back. Could do better, that's for sure. Did knock Sargak out that time. Dang, that hit hard. Just just Dao Chen and Akira left after that. It's not going specific or particularly well at the moment. Oof, he knocked us out there. All right, so it's a C rating, and let's look at let's be next, and let's look at the stats here. So Sulkadin's topped the DPS, interesting. Sulkadin's, and then Setram after that. Then we had Sargak. Sargak was a distant third, followed by Akira. Then Talon way down there. I think I might have done better to bring Idril, possibly, than Talon. You might check that out. OJ says nice survivability on Akira. Yeah, I agree. Sargat kind of needs to be a little low health. You see, we got 1,600 immortal sovereigns there. Let's go back. I want to look at him again. Okay, Talon did like 3 million some odd. I'll write that down. And I want to look at him again. So I think there were some things going on with his skills. Each attack launched has a 25% chance to trigger Blood Spear, inflicting bleed on the target if the target is already inflicted with bleed. Blood Spear ignores 50% of their defense and inflicts defense reduction to them. When triggered, dispels debuffs on self and gains debuff immunity during the ultimate. When HP is above 25%, causes HP drain equal to 10% of current HP per hero per second. Increases attack by 40% and each basic attack lands 2 consecutive strikes. The HP drain, when activated, ignores any shield carried by the target and directly reduces HP. So that's only when HP is above 25%. Okay. If there's anything else, it increases attack speed by 11 for every 1% HP loss. So actually, I need him to be closer. The effect of specialized attack speed is stronger when HP is lower. Max effect at 25% HP. So, yeah. I think probably having him with me here is a good idea. When the target's HP is below 45%, increases the hero's damage by 15% if the target is already inflicted with bleed. Blood Spear will inflict immobilized state upon in 2 seconds. Immobilized state can be inflicted up to 1 time every 5 seconds. And then, of course, that's a unit damage. Okay. So, yes, I thought there was a reason that I wanted to put him away from, if you couldn't remember one. We have, as an artifact here, increases damage dealt to the same target by 5% with each specific hit. Okay, that's not helpful here. No, still don't want it. What might we have that would be fun for him for now? Increases damage by 15% upon killing 3 enemies, increases the hero's penetration by 10%. Well, that seems fun. Let's equip that. And hey, you know what? We can enhance it while we're at it, right? OJ says, nice survivability on Akira. I read that earlier. Peruvian says what gear is on Akira. Oh, who knows? OJ and I can help you out on Akira if you'd like. You know what it is I'm going to have to sit there and stare at it and look at all of the different possibilities and then argue with myself about which one I like best. And it's just going to be this horrible thing of having to make these very, in my opinion, I don't know, difficult decisions that really are ultimately not as meaningful as it feels like they are in that moment. And I'll probably end up having to do it myself because I'm me, and it's just how it is. I can try different things. I'm willing to try different things, but at the end of the day, I often just end up having to agonize into a decision one way or another, you know? Alright. Eruvian says it's really not that bad. Oh, listen, I've played EverQuest 2 for 20-something years at this point. I know all about freaking nomads in here. It's rough. Don't like it. Let's see. Come over here and I want to trade out. I think I want to trade out Talon and Etro, and then just kind of just see how that changes things. I don't know if it'll be better or worse. I previously had Idril. I really don't know that Idril would be all that helpful. When there's a bunch of different ones on the board, and uh, probably not the best decision, honestly. I should go with somebody else. Probably on this. Let's just have a look and see what we have available here. I had Talon that time. What if I tried? What do we have on it more? And she's she's got this anti-air component. They're in light armor, so it would have to be pretty good, but she does deal 20% increased damage to airborne units. So there's a possibility there. OJ says I didn't like messing with gear until I started watching takeovers and learned how they use the URL. Yeah. I just don't know. It's just not something I enjoy doing. That's all. Okay, let's see. Let's try using Yuri and see how that goes. We know that Talon did 3 million. I'll try placing Yuri in about the same place. I don't remember exactly where I had her before, but I'll put her in a similar location as before. Let's try it. Maelstrom of Fury. Alright, so the way I had it last time, I had put Cetrum here, Sultan's in one of these locations, and then Dao Chan in DPS mode. I had this guy up here somewhere. Talon was also over here somewhere, and then, uh-oh, that's wrong. Did that incorrectly? Because it definitely had her. Okay. I had her where she could hit him. You know what? We're going to actually restart this because I think that was a better location. So, let's try again. Alright. Cetrum, Solkadins, Dalchan, and then I definitely had her. It was either here or in the next one down. So I think it was actually there. And maybe her here and here. And then we've got Phantom Girl. We can go here. Seems about right. OJ says also it helps to save like your 10 best gear sets and quick swap them so you're not trying to tweak 100 sets of gear. Yeah, that's another issue that I have is I don't want to have to be switching around. And I know you guys told me about being able to do that, and that's very cool. I just haven't done it. I think I did it that one day that y'all told me about doing it. I like made a gear set possibly for someone, but I don't know. Right now I'm still getting a little more gear. It's helpful. I'm starting to get that higher level, higher tier here. So I still haven't made the big decision to start trying to pay attention to which gear I put on which people. I pay a little bit of attention to which artifacts I put on people, but as far as the gear goes, it's so painful. Let's turn on the times 2 on this. Make it go a little bit faster, less painful. Oops, wrong button. Oh, ultimates. Yeah, but won't that just make them go off every time they're operated? I mean, it didn't do it on Dao Chan, I noticed. I never used that button on this. Is it, okay, so it's using those as soon as they come, but it's not doing Dao Chan. That's cool. I was afraid it would make hers go off every time, which I wouldn't want. And I don't know. It seems to be doing okay so far. Ouch. Smash. Okay, that's odd. It now is switching between the two on her. I don't know why. It doesn't matter too much because she's all alone out here. So I guess she can switch back and forth all day long as far as that goes. Okay, that didn't do any better than the first time, that's for sure. Okay, so we're okay. I say that's for sure. It actually did do slightly better than the first time because the has been updated. Just didn't do much better. Let's go to stats and have a look at this. Okay, so Yuri definitely outperformed Talon. Now, whether that was, um, would remain the same if we did multiple tests on it or not, I don't know. But she did 4.6 million, whereas Talon had done 3 million. Part of that could just be down to like basically RNG, but I feel like that's a pretty significant difference. Let's try some other folks who we have that we want to do. Well, it occurs to me too, having the different artifact on Sardak probably was helpful because the artifact that he had previously had on was not so great. Of course, that doesn't matter as far as juries go, but I mean as far as the overall DPS goes. All right, let's see. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Let's have a look. Do I want to try somebody else in place of Yuri? That is the question. I could put arrogance and just see how he does in that location. Yeah, let's try it. Why not? And we're just going to set it up basically the same way. And then, let's see, I think I had Sargat in the middle. I accidentally put the wrong person down right there. Ha ha ha. Visual things are hard. Try again. Alright, we got Cetrum. That much was correct. Dao Chen was here, Sopradins was here. And then we had her here, him here, and the other person was here. Oh, yes, that's right. That's why I don't use arrogance, because arrogance is a mere hero. He won't go any platform. Ah. All right, with that. Ruben says another thought would be to remove tokens for a Piercer Lord. I thought of that earlier. I'm not sure that I would want to. So honestly, Cetrum does so much damage, and Sulfidin's boosting Cetrum is huge. The rest of these guys honestly don't do very much. And so even though they would get a boost and there would be three of them getting a boost, the difference is pretty massive in the amount of damage that they do compared to him. So I don't know that it would help. I could try. I'm not averse to trying. OJ says I tried Taylor on the stage, couldn't get much damage out of her either. Yeah. No, yeah, Ruby, yeah, that's what I was just realizing. Yeah, arrogance. You can't go there. OJ says, I think it's because she does magic damage and not piercing. Yeah, that was kind of my thought on it too. And in fact, so does arrogance. So even if I could put him down, he could do magic damage and not piercing as well. All right, let's go to challenge. Definitely take out arrogance. That's a no go on that. We can have a look at these guys. There's an argument to be made for using Hollow instead of Chan here. And I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe I try it. Let's go for it. Just for the rage regen, especially particularly on Cetrum. Let's go ahead and give it a go. That's the wrong person. She just looks so very much like the other person. Okay. I'll just have to remember to leave a spot. I don't really want to try Imora. I don't think that would go well. Most of the rest of these guys, I don't really feel like they're gonna go any better. I did want to try Neutral just to see how she does. Could use Eliza or Lunaria, yeah. And they don't do a lot. But could try it. Alright, let's see here. We've got to get a healer girl. Yeah, I don't know that I don't really think that Neutral will do particularly well or anything, but we gotta find out somehow, right? This is the way. Irene says sounds right, OJ. Yes, I agree. Okay, let's try this again. This time with Gusto. We got Soul Cadence. You know what? I should have turned off the buy two thing while I did this so that those guys didn't swing on past like that. That's okay. Actually, I'm not going to put Fur here. I'll make it Fur here. And then I can put Idril over there by ourselves. We can turn on the ultimates thing. Why not? So is it the healers' ultimates that don't go off automatically? Is that the only ones? Let's see if we have the ultimates turned on. Because it seems like Dao Chan's didn't and Follows hasn't, so maybe theirs don't. A lot of times I definitely wouldn't want it to go off automatically. Suppose I could have put her on the other side. The Phantom. And maybe I will next time. And that way we'll have two over there. I don't know if that's better or worse, but could try it. For that matter, I wonder if... Yeah, no. I was thinking for a minute maybe Vortex might be better for this, but he would be... And I could also try putting Laurel back in on the platform with Sulfurins and Cetron. That might be a possibility as well. No, not that. I want to move it here too. Alright, so that was another C. They won't use their ultimate until someone takes damage. Ah, interesting. That could be good and could be bad, depending. So that was not the highest, which makes sense. Let's go next, and then look at the stats. Alright, so, okay, so actually each roll pretty much matched Yuri's damage output, 4.6 for each roll, 4.6 for Yuri. Not a lot of difference there. Now let's try replacing. We're going to challenge again. We're going to do, we're going to take out Hollow and put in Laurel. Let's see how that goes. Start this. We're going to do the same basic layout as it was. Turn off the by 2 so that I can get them placed properly. And then roll here. You got this guy here, Akira here. I'm going to stick Pedro over here and the Phantom over here. Turn on the ultimates and then go to by 2. Yeah, there would be an advantage to not turning on the ultimates with roll, because it would be better to wait until the people nearby have used their rage, or used their ultimate, sorry, before you click her ultimate. Feels like that makes sense anyway. It seems to me like this is going a little bit better. I'm wondering though if I should move. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm failing to put out the Phantom again. Terrible at this. That was Sargak down. Ouch. For survivability's sake, certainly Akira is pretty good on. OJ says there's an option in the settings that lets you individually turn auto ultimate on or off for each person. That is awesome. I had no idea that was the case, but certainly something I need to look at. Alright, so that was a new record there. So we did get a little bit freaked out more by having oil in there. Okay. So, cool. Some of the stats. Setrum actually did a little bit less damage that time than he did previously. I don't know if he didn't live as long, potentially, or what. But he did a little less. Sargak did a little more than the last time. And then Etril did a little bit better. Interesting. Okay. So that's not terrible. Honestly, could be better. Could be worse. So, interesting. Let's complete this. I just noticed it's 1:23 in the morning at the moment. Alright, let's call that good for now on home then. And we should got a B plus, a D, and a C. Ooh, tell you what, moving right along here. Okay. I have some stamina, so let's throw that into some artifact material raids for this orifice trial over here. Let's go ahead and use these quick clears. Haven't used those up yet today, so let's use those up. Use one of these huge stamina potions and start that. Arabian says, is your Akira fully promoted? I think so. I'll go and have a look. I really, I have to look at her again. Let's click OK here. We got 57 flawless meteorites, 125 mythical, 9 golden eggs, 342 mystery of artifacts trophies, 41,580 gold, and 6,804 hero XP potions. Ergen says that would make a huge difference. OJ agrees. Let's go have a look at it in just a second. I'm going to start these auto fights here. And then we can go check her out. I think she's not quite fully leveled. I think she's like 59 or 58. 57. It's even worse than I thought. Missing 2. Yes, she is missing 2. 1. Well, you know what? We can end these auto fights. And do something about that. Alright, let's see it. Go down to her. And might have enough now. Can't even get one more level. Thought might peek out one more by now, but alas, alas. It's not to be. Alright, so yes. That would be very helpful. Yeah. Alright. Let's try getting some materials. We need 8 of these fights. Ruben says, aha. Absolutely. That will help. Yeah. Make a decent difference. Maybe we could get up to a B. Who knows? Let's see what the skills are at while we're at it. No. Oh no. Oh no. I haven't done anything. Alright, let's do it. We got prismatic force field. This is very unfortunate that I haven't done any of these. Extra rage restored to the hero and adjacent allies plus 0.1%. Cool. That'll help. I wonder if we could put Akira over. Well, no, I think I like where I got her, honestly. Core release, attack interval reduction plus 5%. AoE physical attack damage plus 2%. Core release skill cost minus 100%. No, not 100%. That would be crazy. Just 100. Hurricane said, oh no, it's a shame. Feels so bad. Prismatic force field, extra rage restored to the hero and adjacent allies, plus 1%. Really nice. Yeah, that ought to help. And I ought to have her in the middle of a couple of people, but I don't know if she can hit from there. The guy, I don't know, we'll see. Core release, attack interval reduction plus 5%. Now we're at the part where it starts costing skill crystals, of which we have to. So I don't know that I want to do that. Look up here. Cetrum is fully filled up, it looks like. So that's good. Do I want to do anything like that? I don't know. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, okay. He is scaled up to the same point as that. Alright, I think that's fine. Okay. Let's go try her again, because I know we need to scale her up another group, or not scale, but rather another level. If only I can find it. So hard. Oh, there she is. Got her. Okay, let's go to promotion. Still haven't finished those fights, I guess. Still at 43, we have 75. OJ says, dang, she was doing that good with no skills. That's correct. Yeah, no, she was kicking butt out there. This bodes well for her, guys. Let's see. And yeah, not even being able to get on all the phantoms all the time, and you got me in charge. So there's that. What would I have on her for an artifact rate? Oh yeah, it's got her artifact. Okay, so that's one thing. The artifact is up to level 13, which probably makes a decent difference too. Increases AoE damage by 22% after the hero deals damage to the target inflicted with Winter's Bite or Freeze. Increases attack by 8% for 10 seconds. So something to keep in mind. That does come into play here. Alright, let's see. What was I thinking? I was thinking of leveling her up some more and being unable to. And then realizing that I think that I can come over to the trade hall and I may be able to get some XP potions. Oh, that's true, OJ. I do in fact have insignia chests in my storage. Probably like a bajillion of them. I completely forget about their existence. Ruben says Cricket Cloak gear. She has some gear on. And yes, she's wearing Cricket Cloak gear, of course. But she does have some on. We made level 66, which has restored our stamina. We got 50 diamonds, and our stamina max is increased by 3. OJ says might not have to farm many. Yeah, true. Let's go to Barut over here and do a smart purchase. Don't need anything there. And then, I think I will. You know what? It's a point you make. I can go here and start some of these in the background, and then go see what she needs as far as insignias go, and grab those from the storage, since I forget about their existence periodically. The thing that I actually went out there to do, though, was to get the XP potions. What a shame. My brain. Alright. Let's promote her. Alright, immediately gains 1 phantom and then gains another phantom every 60 seconds. When the hero or phantom kills an enemy, reduces phantom's cooldown by 1 second up to a maximum reduction of 30 seconds before gaining the next phantom. Only one phantom can exist at a time. When the phantom is deployed, it increases the phantom's and the hero's attack by 15%, and the damage has a 10% chance to inflict Witcher's Bite and moves for 5 seconds. During the hero's ultimate, the phantom can also trigger Missile Barrage. So, cool. Alright. Also increased her stats, or her attributes as they call it, by like 10%. Now, the materials in question are Insignia of Marksman 3. Don't need it there. How many of them can we? Who knows? Let's see. Insignia of Marksman 3. So we need 10 groups of them. Don't know where to find them. Somewhere in here. Insignia of Marksman 3. Probably right the first time. Okay, we need 100 of them. So we could get these and use 20 of the boxes. Alright, 20 boxes. Seems fine. Alright, out of there, back over heroes, and then we should be able to level her up in that regard, or promote her up, as it were, and get that last 10% attribute bonus. A little more than that, I think. Alright, there we go. Congratulations, you've promoted your hero to grade 6. Excellent. Wonderful. Lovely. When I look at the quick you said, yeah, she's got on, you know, what I've got at the moment. It's not great, but it is what it is. Okay, now, it's for the quest, because we've got some stuff to plan there. Whoa, clearing the stages 50 times, we get 5 ancient summoning crystal shards. Promote heroes 1 time gives us 10 diamonds, and upgrading hero skills 1 time gives us 10,000 gold. Now, let's hop back out of there, head over to this trading hall place. Looks like I've claimed all of the stuff there. How's about the cook over here? Is it with the chef? Alright, we can get some of this. I don't know how much I'll need, but let's produce 1 of these for now and then go see how much more is needed there. Got 30,000 XP potions. Come back here. Over to Akira. Let's go to upgrade. So we'll need a total of 150,000, but let's see. Alright. So about a little over 100,000 is what we'll need to get the next 2 levels. So let's go ahead and get some more of these. Let's do 3 of them to be safe. Well, 3 of them won't be safe. That'll be a little... we'll see. It may be safe. It's somewhat safe-ish. Because we already had, like, I want to say 30,000 left, so... Alright, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? We did have enough. Great. Alright, maxed her out. And then, let's head back to the event over here. Immortal Codex. We'll try this again. Do the same group as before. Because that worked out okay. And maybe it would be good if we could get Akira in between the 2. I don't know if that's possible or not. In between her 2 compatriots there. Give her a chance to supply a little bit more rage to the people. Let's turn that down a little. stick these guys out. And then, well, I think, yeah, that'll hit him, right? Sure. Surely it will. Turn the ultimates on. And then there we go. Let's give it a go. Yeah, go good. OJ says now she's ready to shoot flying fish. Hopefully. World Sardak is down where he needs to be health-wise, I suppose. Almost dead. Some people that need a little bit of motivation to get them going in the morning, you know? I think I want to stick her back with there are benefits to having that winter's bite and whatnot going on. Ruben says, did you write down how much damage Akira did before? I didn't write down Akira's. I know she had done less than Sargat and more than Talenduri or Idril. I wrote down the order in which they did the damage. Cetrum was doing like 11 to 12 million, depending, up to close to, I think he got up close to around 13 million at one point almost. Sultan's was up there pretty high. He was above Cetrum at least at one point. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. Sargak was, I think, around 8 million. And so I want to say Akira was around the 7 million mark. Rubian says she's doing remark now for sure. We shall see what the numbers look like. It's not the top for sure of what has been done. Okay, so it's not really different than it was by much. We can go back and look at it later, perhaps on stream, and find out exactly what it is, but not that great. Detroit actually did less than prior, because I have her at 4.6 million, and I know that she did that a couple of times. Laurel weirdly did just slightly more on just straight damage than prior. Sultan's did quite poorly. Let's try it again. See if that was a fluke or what. Got about 1 more attempt in me for the moment. Because yeah, it is almost 2 in the morning over here. I'm going to turn that off so that I can get these guys down properly as we need to be. Roll over there. We gotta get her over here. I did change the placement of these guys, which could make a difference. And maybe it would be smart, honestly, to put. Oh no, that was terrible. Placed it the wrong direction listening to it. Too bad that. It's gonna make a difference on how much she does. Maybe I better restart this, honestly. It's oh, look at that. Individual hero quick cast control. That would be the settings you were referring to. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder. Interesting. Well, for now, let us restart this battle and do better. I think I'm going to switch some placement out as well. Don't want to switch it too much, but do want to put Cetrum. Think I want to put Akira here, but I want to put Sargat there and put her Phantom here, and then Laurel and Solvins, and then Neutral that. Turn on the ultimates. Now, let's look at this. Okay, so we could turn off the ultimates for individuals by doing that. Okay. I think I'll leave them on for now, which is how I had it on before. You can kind of get a, it won't be exactly the same layout as before because I moved the Phantom to the first slot or switched places with Sargat. But a very similar setup as before with everything turned on. Ergen says, still have to be happy with progress. C isn't bad considering. Well, I mean, C is okay. I mean, I don't recall how I did last time I tried this, but I doubt it was, as far as like last time this was available. But I'm sure it was worse than this. OJ says, yeah, C isn't bad for this codex. Moving in the right direction anyway. Entered the boss rush. Being an annihilating surge in a moment. We've made it to C. Blowing us up again over here. That was Sargat down. We did not manage to kill the healing blob there, unfortunately. Navigating surge incoming. Doesn't look good for our dear heroes here. Just have Akira left. We got another 9 seconds before we can put this one back out. Start up, I think. But we can stick the Phantom out. There's Sargak. Excellent. Here comes the final amount of the surge. Doom and despair. Yeah, no bueno. Alright, next, let's have a look. So, that time we got Akira topping the damage at 11.5 million. It's much, much better than prior. Cetrum, he did significantly worse, which is interesting. Then we've got Sargak down there at 5,739,000. And Sulfidage was once again low as well. Too bad. I could try. I'm not going to right now, but at some point I could try using Pierce Your Lord as Ruben was mentioning earlier. I had considered it, but when I first was doing this, I was looking. I was like, yeah, I could, but again, it's one of those things I have to weigh the pros and cons of, and with Akira's damage going up so significantly, it definitely is. It improves the rationale for using the Piercer Lord, because she is also a Piercer. And so, with that in mind, we would have the bonuses. Let's see. Do I have the Piercers? We have what is this girl's name? Morgan. And as he mentioned, Eliza. I think probably, oops, I think her name is Morgan. I think that it doesn't really matter which one I use of those two. The only difference, I think Morgan might be the better option over Eliza, but I'm not really sure on that. I cannot recall. I remember I was using Morgan in a faction trial fairly regularly there for a while. Probably still doing so. It might be a good option. Looks like I do have some of her skills upgraded. Versus Eliza. I have some of her skills upgraded as well. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure really which way to go. That would be. I really feel like I would go toward her, which I think her name's Morgan. No, Lunaria. Morgan is that other girl. Morgan's the one that you have to have out for 50 seconds before she really kind of kicks in. That's right. OJ says Kai would be good, but he's level 1. Yeah, that sounds right. Level 1. Yeah. Arugan says Lunaria, right. Yeah, that's the main goal I was going for here. Now, Lunaria looks like it's only level 50 right now. And I don't really have anything to do about that. I just have this one dude. Eliza's probably also level 50. Not that their levels are the important ones here, but just as a note, they are only level 50. As to Pi, let's see. As you mentioned, he is level 1. It's also not a lord. I think there was something about him, though. Okay, he's got the AoE damage with the worm skin. Yeah, lots of good AoE damage stuff. After a cluster projectile hits, and increases the damage dealt to airborne units by 16% for all allied marching on the field for 10 seconds. Now that is very great. It's not about his damage as much as it is about their damage. The fact that he would die as soon as I put him on the field, however, doesn't bode well for his chances. But yeah, that's pretty nice. All right. Well, for now, I will not do it, for it is 1:53 a.m. So how do I go from these areas here? And don't need anything from below. Let's check the background fights. We got 87,780 gold, 14,250 XP potions, 92 flawless meteorites, 268 deferral, 552 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 19 golden eggs. Aurelian says, OJ, hate to say it, even Rozat. I don't even recall right now who Rozat is. It sounds familiar. He's like a lizard guy, right? What's he do? Let's see if I can. I have some vague ideas. Is it this guy? No, that's Nazim. I feel like he's the lizard guy. I may have gone right past him. OJ says I've got an A5 for Ozek, and Ruben says same. See, I thought he was a little dude with like a mage of some kind of little mage guy. But if not, is he a piercer? Yeah, is that? Good. That's all the piercers that I have right there. So it can't be. Oh, I don't have it. Okay. He's like a fat catfish. Find him in the gallery. Let's see. Let's check this out. Gallery. Is he a piercer? Is he a lizard guy? Or am I crazy? I feel like, is this one? There he is. Alright. See, I feel like I've seen him. Like maybe in Arena, or maybe in like a friend assist at some point. It says a loyal member of Captain Reeves' crew who wields a spear that deals massive damage to enemies. Each basic attack launched has a 30% chance of generating 2 soul-eating fish. Attacks one enemy with the highest HP percentage remaining, dealing 200% damage. Okay. Alright, it costs 22 to put out. That's pretty high. Deals 100% AoE damage to up to 5 enemies. It's pretty, reasonable range for starting out with. Deals 700% damage to up to 10 enemies in range, and his range is extended, I notice. Soul Surge, when Ocean's clutch aims, enhances the hero's talent, increasing the chance of generating soul-eating fish upon each attack by 20%, and its quantity by 2. This effect lasts for 12 seconds. Soul hunting. Within 15 seconds after deployment, each kill generates 2 soul-eating fish. Afterward, it triggers 1 time every 30 seconds. And then title heritage. Obtain hero Captain Reeve to unlock the following bonus effect. XP gain obtained through battle is increased by 5%. Okay. Interesting. It's like a better mall, says Rugian. Well, neat. Alright, something to keep in mind for a later date. Alright, well, guys, I think I am going to have to call it. I've got to go ahead and get out of here for the night, guys. It is almost 2 in the morning. So, I'm going to show off the fancy outro here. And if you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see next time I do live. It was a pleasure streaming with all of you and chatting with you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully, and we'll see you all soon. For now, have a good night.